Television had become the center of attention in the American household. Although in 1955 radio stations had increased tenfold, it was still no match for the television sets. In 1948, the first television sets were made. All of the images from the TV sets were black and white, but only 350,000 television sets occupied American households at the time. By 1953, just 5 years later, virtually 50% of American households had television sets, occupying over 25 million homes. This brought a new lifestyle to America, bringing new ideas and values for Western civilization. With being able to see an actual person, image became a huge part of American culture. People now had to have a certain look in order to fit the image. With television, sports were promoted and had a huge increase in attention. Also, people were able to view images from other countries with the help of television. In 1954, the first color television was introduced to enhance the quality of the image. Despite the early success with color programming, the adoption of color television was a slow one. It was not until 1960s that the public began buying color TVs. In the 1970s, the American public finally started purchasing more color TV sets than black and white ones.
Great game, wasn't it, Joe? Nothing like a cold shower to freshen you up.
Sure there is, Harry. Try one of these new cigarettes.
Hey, that is fresh and clean. What is this cigarette?
It's the new Spud.
What's that?
Spud! The new filter Spud.
Are you kidding? I used to smoke Spuds years ago. Sure never tasted anything like this.
Yeah, but this is a new Spud. Completely new cigarette. It's got a terrific new taste, just a touch of menthol.
Get a load of this filter.
Hey, I can actually taste the tobacco through the new Spud filter.
Let me see that new Spud package again.
Here you go.
Just what I thought. That's the new flip-top box. What a cigarette. Fresh, clean taste. Good filter. Crush-proof box. New filter Spud. Terrific.
(1950s) television news broadcast. The television fitted well into the home as a simpler, cheaper, and more convenient family leisure activity. Live performances continued to dominate television programming through the mid-1950s, but broadcasters soon realized the efficiency of filming programs for later broadcast. People were watching TV often. There were about 3.1 million television sets in America, with over 100 different channels. NBC first developed television news in the 1940s, combining the dramatic visual images of newsreels and the announcer techniques of radio news. However, in 1952 to 1953, while NBC encountered financial difficulty and reduced its news programming, CBS expanded its news operations. Television networks sought new anchors with star quality that would attract a loyal audience. The host of CBS's first 30-minute public affair documentary series, named See It Now, Edward R. Murrow, famous for his radio news broadcast during World War II, and with his deep voice, was a good choice. From its debut on November 18, 1951, to his last show on July 7, 1958, See It Now reported news that was relevant in a truthful and accurate way. Veteran newsmen remember the Edward R. Murrow days as the golden age of television news. In the 1950s, television became the most dominant form of media, overtaking radio and newspapers. Television news offered the ability to combine radio news and world happenings with the live imagery that only television can provide. By the mid-1950s, television was firmly entrenched in the world of news and information as well as in election coverage.
Hey, let's take a minute and meet Clark Kent, star of Superman.
Chief, believe me, you're in for a treat just as soon as Jimmy gets back here.
Great Caesar's ghost. What's holding him up? You know I can't work without a good breakfast.
Chief, Jimmy's bringing a box of Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
All the more reason for hurrying. Confound it, that boy knows I like those new Sugar Smacks.
And he knows I do, too. And that's a cinch.
Well, here I am.
Young man, if you spill those new Sugar Smacks, you're fired.
Golly, Chief, I hadn't opened up the box yet. But I'm going to now.
Well, I guess we all agree on Sugar Smacks.
Right.
Folks, don't wait. Get Kellogg's new Sugar Smacks. They're better than ever. Puffs of wheat, sugar toasted, and candy sweet.
You bet. Just get Kellogg's Sugar Smacks, brand new.
Since its beginnings, television in the United States has been intertwined with political processes of every type, ranging from coverage of major political events and institutions to effects on campaigns and elections. From its early position as a new medium for political coverage in the 1950s, television quickly supplanted radio and eventually newspapers to become, by the early 1960s, the major source of public information about politics. Television's influence grew quickly by providing audiences with the chance to experience major political events live or with little delay. No aspect of the political process has been affected more by television than political campaigns and elections. The first presidential election to see extensive use of television was the 1952 race between Dwight D. Eisenhower and Adlai Stevenson. The most significant innovation related to the role of television in the 1952 campaign was undoubtedly Eisenhower's use of short spot commercials to enhance his television image. Not only did this strategy break new ground for political campaigning, but many observers have credited the spots with helping Eisenhower to craft a friendly, charming persona that contributed to his eventual electoral success. This early use of television for political advertising was the beginning of a trend that has grown so dramatically.
I've got a Swiss cream sandwich for you. Crisp golden cookies, and in between, an extra thick. It's my pick. Filling of cream. Dessert time. Tea time. Don't miss Swiss.
As the man around here, you can quote me on this. Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, it's Swiss cream sandwich for you-hoo, yoo-hoo.
And you-hoo, too.
A truly different cream sandwich, Swiss cream sandwich, baked by Nabisco. The luscious, creamy fillings in a class by itself. No other like it. And these tempting vanilla cookies are so light, they melt in your mouth.
Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, it's Swiss cream sandwich for you-hoo, yoo-hoo.
And you-hoo, too.
Swiss cream sandwich.
During the 1950s, television brought many jobs to the U.S. citizens. Some of these jobs consisted of video engineer, film and video editor, lighting technician, location manager, media planner, the researchers, video broadcasting, video producers, sound and technician, television camera operator, television film and video producer, television floor manager, television production assistant, as well as the anchorman. These jobs were important because the U.S. had just got out of a huge world war, and many Americans were looking for new careers. Television was the new hip thing to do during the 1950s. There were many opportunities for young and active U.S. citizens during this time. Thousands of people were getting hired
to become a part of the video broadcasting media during the 1950s. Without the production of the television, thousands and thousands of U.S. jobs would be lost. And many of our favorite shows would not be out there. There would be no Saturday football games, no Sunday football games, no baseball, no Survivor or Biggest Loser. It would just be a world without television isn't a world that we need to live in.
The Gemini space flights. The trips are long. The training is hard, like this spacewalk practice. But the astronauts do some things you do. In space, they drank Tang. They mixed it like this in a zero-G pouch, because with no gravity, it would fly all over. You don't have that problem. You can mix it in a glass. Up there, they have to drink it carefully, this way. You can drink it any way you like. Tang tastes orangey. Tastes great. Has lots of vitamins C and A. Tang, chosen for the Gemini astronauts. Have a blast. Have some Tang.